business, family, and finance.
So be sure to log on each week on Wednesday at 7 p.m. to catch Speaking the Facts with Charlie and JR.
Tune in.
What's up, y'all? We are back. This is Speaking the Facts with Charlie and JR. Every Wednesday, no longer Twinsday. It is
That's
now
right.
Wednesday at
Every
7
day.
p.m. So it has been a good week. How you doing, Charlie?
I'm doing fabulous, fantastic. I'm excited about our guest tonight. Today it was a good week. How are your knees? Because you've been moving. I've been listening to that the past
My
couple of
knees
days.
are they are a bit disagreeable. They are not liking me at the moment. But
you and stairs are not.
For those of you who don't know, I bought a house and I'm moving into a house from an apartment that's on the third floor. So yeah, so it has been up and down and ouch and up and down and ouch, and so
you know
but
your knees are letting you know that they're still there.
Hey, that's right. I'm still standing though. You know what I'm saying? Also, we want to don't forget our pseudonyms, Fly Guy and the Fly Girls. I am. Don't call her the comeback because I have been Fly. That's Fly Money over there on the other side.
I always got the money.
And our producer Kim, aka This Shit's Fly, she's out one more week singing
in the choir.
That's right.
She joined the choir, special choir. So she's singing for us and praying for us tonight.
That's right. That's right. So without much ado, I am excited about our guest as well. So I'm going to let you introduce our guest, Charlie.
So I'm going to start off with saying that I reached out to Miss Dr. Wanda and just said, can you please, come on, pretty please with sugar on top. I begged, right?
But that works right now, though.
Please. When can you come on? Just because I've been seeing your content. I always see your posts, just the things that you're doing, your journey, I like to say everybody has their road that they're on, but that journey is so worth it, especially when you get to see the rewards for your hard effort, and you've been working really hard for your accolades. And so with that being said, I guess I don't want to ruin your resume. I want you to tell us, the audience, all the things you've accomplished, and then we'll move to you, darling.
I thought I emailed that to you.
You probably did.
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
You sent it to our producer who is not here. So I think that's where the but Dr. Wanda, you should. This is Dr. Wanda.
I'm talking about myself.
It comes best from you because, and this is what we call prepared spontaneity. See, you were prepared. You sent it to me ahead of time, but I spontaneously put it on you that I wanted you to it always sounds best when it comes from the person.
Oh.
She's she's an influencer. She's a doctor. She's a counselor. She's a mother. She's a wife. I mean, all these things. And what else do you want to add to it?
Grandmother.
There you go. Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Well, I am Dr. Wanda McKinley. I am the founder of We Are Survivors, which is an international nonprofit organization for abused men, women, and children. That organization has taken me to London, Germany, Finland, and Africa. I've had the privilege of speaking in Africa and in Finland. So that was amazing.
Yes.
It'll be 10 years old this year. We do have an annual mother-daughter retreat that is always in September. So this year, September 20th through the 22nd.
Okay. My birthday weekend.
Around your birthday.
I know.
Yes. And we sponsor 10 mother and daughter duos and put them up for the weekend. And we do yoga. We have safe time where the girls get to tell their moms some things that they really want to tell them, but are afraid to tell them because, we do that who you talking to type thing.
Right.
So the moms have to listen
and
respond very nicely and, productively so we can get through some things because, of course, I would throw in some therapy stuff.
Right.
We have a chef because I'm not a cook.
Mm-hmm.
And we do a whole bunch of different things that weekend. It's a lot. We do a lot of purging. It's a lot of crying.
Right.
Oh my gosh, it's a lot of, but it's wonderful. So that's the focus of my nonprofit. Besides doing community service, of course, I am a Zeta Phi Beta. In case y'all can't see that.
Yes, we can see
Okay.
represented.
So Kappa Zeta chapter. We do a lot of community services
Correct.
as well, and my focus is, of course, domestic violence. From being a survivor, I went through over 24 consecutive years of abuse.
Mm.
So my biological father started molesting me at the age of 4 till I was 12. My stepfather raped me at 12. From 12 to 18, my biological father said he wanted to be my first on my 13th birthday, not knowing that my stepfather had already raped me when I was 12. So my biological father also raped me from the age of 13 to 18. Met my ex-husband, and from the age of 18 to 31, was raped, beat, physically, mentally, emotionally, sexually, financially, abused.
Right.
So that is how my nonprofit was born. Through that, God would always tell me, your story is going to open this set of doors.
Right.
But this piece of paper that says you're a therapist is going to open this set of doors.
Right.
And I was like, but I'm 41. I don't want to go back to school.
Mm-hmm.
And I look up, and 10 years later, I'm still in school because I am getting a doctorate specializing in traumatology, because so many of us have so much trauma.
Yes.
So with my nonprofit, my experience, life experiences, my education, born McKinley Counseling Firm. And with McKinley Counseling Firm, the vision God gave me was to have about 15 to 20 therapists that look like me.
Okay. I love it.
To help anyone and everyone. This is actually my first hire, so I'm extremely excited. And she looks like me.
Yes.
So
yes.
God is showing up and showing out, so I'm excited about that. And at McKinley Counseling Firm, I'm also a certified hypnotist. So we bring in hypnotherapy, which is amazing, because to see someone who cannot remember a childhood, and we take them, I say we, because I don't take them by themselves, we go together for them to talk and meet with their inner child. And unfortunately, but fortunately, I get really excited when they start breaking down, because I'm like, yes, it's working. Yes, because so many people have so many different things about, hypnotherapy. So to bring that in, as well as different other techniques. So I'm just kind of excited.
And see, and I would not been able to do that as eloquently as you did. And just want to add to, some of the things that I've just kind of learned along the way, and some of the touching points. And so when you talk about, the trauma and just the different, I learned that of women, that we carry a lot of the trauma in our hips. So, that's where a yoga is really important, as well as part as our healing and our journey. I mean, so many different things. And for you to sit here and be able to, you've resolved it, right? And there's still those things that come up. And I think even for myself, I was talking to a group of people, and it's hard for people to, sit there and say, what am I going to say to the 6-year-old girl who was abused, or what I was going to say to the 8-year-old girl, because we're like, that person is gone, right? Not that we're still here, but that door has been closed, and we don't want to open up a window to let that out, And so a lot of people, that's just kind of compartmentalized, it's put in the back so you can, move forward your best face that you can. I've grown, I don't have as many as things that you've had happen to you, but I've grown up abused, a lot of different, homeless, I was abused by my mother, several different things. But, to be able to sit here and accomplish a lot and be able to confidently and comfortably tell your story. And a lot of people are not in that place, and they're not comfortable talking about it. They're not confident enough to talk about it because, they don't want to be shamed. Like, so many people want to be able to say, I grew up in a great home. My parents were great. I know, right? My financial IQ is great. Like everything is great.
Everything is great.
Yeah. But it takes a lot to get to that point, And so again, I applaud you for what you've done, and you know, and I applaud you for hiring someone that looks like you.
Yeah.
You want to share your
Well,
tell us your name and share your background and what made you get into wanting to help people?
Yes, Dr. Tanisa Adams. Yes, I have 20 years of government. I work for the government. I've been out of therapy for over 10 years. And so I was
Baby
like,
face. I had to say that.
Well, I didn't want to interrupt your story, but I just wanted to say that I'm just looking at the recovery, the overcoming, the beautiful overcoming, you know, because I would have listening to your story, and I'm getting right back to it, but I just had to say I would have never in a million years guessed that you had been through those things, and to be sitting here looking as young and vibrant as all of you do.
Right.
I'm just seeing recovery. I'm seeing overcoming.
Right.
I'm
Restored,
seeing
the word restored.
restoration.
Yes.
You know,
yes.
I'm seeing all of this, and it is. I'll sit back and enjoy some more. Go ahead, Dr. Dr. I'm sorry, but I just had to get that out there.
No, yeah. So I'm getting back into therapy. I completed my doctorate in clinical psychology 2 years ago. So just having a master's in counseling, a doctorate, I was like, I got all this education, and it's time for me to utilize.
Right.
And so just childhood and certain things I experienced motivated me a lot to get into this field to help families.
Right.
And so I am an Air Force veteran.
Okay.
As well.
Thank you for your service.
I spent 10 years in the Air Force, and I'm excited to be a part of McKinley counseling firm.
Y'all make me want to go to school and get a degree. You know, like, so I could be part. You said 15. I got time.
You got time.
I got time to
And
get
it takes a lot of time.
It
Yeah, it does.
It does. So what else would you like to do?
So, like, okay, so I think it's important that counseling comes from, or a lot of people are afraid of that word. You know, a lot of people say, "Oh, I don't need counseling. What can somebody tell me about my life?" But that just comes from us not knowing, like, you know, to be able to sit down and to talk to someone who looks like us about just working through the ideas or problems or just what we're going through. A lot of people have a hard time sitting down and doing that. So what makes you guys so good at helping people feel comfortable with that and opening them up? I guess if that's a good question.
Well, I meet my clients where they're at.
Okay.
So I also work with recovering addicts. That's a whole different population.
Yes.
I learn something from them every day.
Right.
But I have some that curse. I'm not a cursor, but if that's where you're at, let's go.
Right. Yeah.
Right? Because I want you to feel comfortable. Because if you trust me, I'm gonna get a lot out of you.
Correct.
If you are quiet, I have a client that I have to and she's 22, and I have to strain to hear, and I say, "Girl, I can hear you."
Yeah.
Miss Wanda, girl, you got to speak up.
Right. Yeah.
So I give them the same energy they give me.
Gotcha.
And then if you wanna buck up, then we gonna buck up.
Right. Yeah.
But I meet them, so I'm more than their therapist. It's like a friend, because I have one guy. Oh Lord, he's something, and he'll leave, and he'll be like, "Love you, Miss Wanda." And so when I was under supervision, I'd be like, "Well, that's not professional." Right.
Yeah.
And then he would keep saying it. So I asked my clinical supervisor, I said, "How am I supposed to respond to that?" She says, "Wanda, how well do you know him?" And his mom never said, "I love you." Right. And he's from LA. His mom is black, mom, and his dad is white. So he has that going on top of the layers. And she said, if this man is saying, and he's 32, if he's saying, "I love you," he truly does love you. It's nothing wrong with showing love back. Right. But I was like, isn't that kind of odd?
Right. Yeah.
She was like, no. So I was like, okay. So now every time you leave down the hall, "Love you, Miss Wanda." "Love you too, dude. Be safe."
Right.
Just meet them where they're at.
Yeah, exactly. And that's important.
That's the agape part of love. You know, you can share the love that edifies all of us without taking it any further.
Exactly. And he be bringing me my smoothies, mango.
Mango smoothies.
See what love does? Get some mango smoothies.
Mango smoothies.
Right.
love it.
So is there like how long does it take for a person? I don't want to say graduate because life always will present itself, right? We have the unplanned plans. We have these things that we want to accomplish, but sometimes things get in the way. It doesn't mean that delay doesn't mean denied, right? So when a person's going through the process of the steps of therapy, is there a graduation date, or is it just kind of when a person feels comfortable and they say, I got this? Is there a follow-up?
We were just talking about this.
Yes.
Well, that was a good question.
We
then.
just talked.
So in school, they teach us that we are supposed to gauge it,
Mhm.
and when we feel like, then we terminate. Right?
Okay.
That's what we were taught.
That's a
in
big word,
school.
terminate.
Terminate.
And that's what it is, termination, right?
Uh-huh.
Because we're teaching them now, I'm letting you go,
Mm-hmm.
hands off. But we just discussed this, and because I have clients I've had for 2 years.
Wow.
I have clients, and honey, I be like, what we talking about? Well, I slaughtered a whole cow yesterday. You want some meat? This what you paid me?
Right. Yeah.
So you have some where you're the only person they can just.
But next time they
talk
do
to.
that, let me know
I will.
because
it was really good.
yeah.
They just want to talk.
Right. And that's important, just to be heard. I think, what's hard, and even I just did it and I didn't mean to, but it's hard to have a parallel conversation where, everybody's guilty of finishing someone's thoughts and then kind of jumping in there and be like, oh, blah, 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 blah. And a person may be like, you just cut me off. I'm done. Like, I don't want to
There's a
talk
lot of people
anymore.
like that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And that's a skill to be able to have a conversation and truly hear,
Mhm.
actively listen
Mhm.
to what is being said. So then therefore you can respond accordingly.
And try to keep a straight face.
Mhm,
Because I had
yes.
some clients like, Miss Wanda, what did that look just mean? What look?
Be like, oh. And so so the termination, I guess it's basically based upon that client. Whenever you guys, is it agreed upon? I mean, there's somebody who's knocking down the door and saying, I don't want to be terminated. I got another issue.
I'm sorry, I'm laughing, but when you said that, all of a sudden, The Last Dragon popped into my head. Remember the Barry Gordy movie when
Uh-huh.
when he went there and the guy said, well, no more training do you need. He's like, Master, please wait. He's like, no,
That's
go
about
out
it
into
right
the
there.
world.
I have more problems.
But is it like that? Is it like that?
Pretty much. But I don't term. I allow my clients to dictate that, because who am I to say
What
you're
you
done?
need,
And
yeah.
that's what we were discussing.
Yeah.
Who are we? Now, where I do work with recovering addicts in a facility.
Mm-hmm.
They have to be there because of insurance, right?
Right, yeah.
Insurance dictates.
My practice is private pay.
Mm-hmm.
So as long as they're paying,
Right. Hello.
we're
Yeah.
talking.
The door is open.
We're talking. Whereas
Right.
insurance dictates
Mhm.
Gotcha.
how long. So I think that's plays a role when you think about termination. But with private pay, as long as people are paying, they're gonna. And I have a client that comes see me 2 or 3 times a week.
Gosh, that's a
If
lot.
yeah. But some people have
They have that
compound
need.
issues.
So how does a person, reach out to you guys? I mean, obviously you have your outreach, but your practice, like if there's private pay, but you do accept insurance?
We are now, yes.
Okay. And so how would they reach out to you?
Phone call,
Mhm.
which is 214-966-5152. Again,
Uh-huh.
214-966-5152. And Psychology Today. So if you look
Psychology
up,
Today? Okay.
Wanda McKinley, because I'm revamping our website.
Okay. Psychology Today. And I like that. Now, with Psychology Today, is there going to be more than one office? We're going to have 15 people. Are we going to be all in one office? Are we going to kind of branch out? Where do people meet? How do you meet them where they're at? Is it Zoom? Is it in person?
We do, I and I don't know, she may have something different. I prefer in person.
Okay.
Okay. There are times when, I do have 3 clients that are virtual.
Uh-huh.
But when you're in person, it's a better connection.
Correct.
And I see you see me. and I get to feel your energy, which guides me in which way I'm going with you,
Mhm.
versus you in the computer and I'm in the computer and we're just talking.
Right.
I'm a personable therapist because I really want to help my clients. I don't want, and I've had clients. Now I have told a client before, if you're not going to apply these coping mechanisms, stop coming to see me. I'm not
Mhm.
here to take your money. That's
Gotcha.
not what I do. So I prefer in person,
Mhm.
but we can do virtual after the first session. I got to see you face to
Face to face first. What about you?
Right now, it's going to be in person.
In person,
Yeah.
same way. And you said the word coping mechanism. So what are those that people do that are common? Is it a blanket type thing that a lot of people do?
for coping
Uh-huh.
skills.
Uh-huh.
Go ahead.
I would just say it just depends on the issue, but most common would probably be journaling.
Journaling.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, expressing your thoughts through.
So
writing it
I
down.
had a question because you said that you said that the recovering addict population is totally different than your other clients. Say, give us an example of
Get
To
how
keep
that's
it,
true.
that.
I got to keep it PG. Okay, let me see.
Well, you know, I mean, this is
Oh.
internet, so we're not
Mm.
you can speak from the heart. This is internet.
So with the recovering addict population, you have felons.
Mhm.
You and I've come across a couple of murderers
Mhm.
that got off on technicalities. So you have those. You have individuals that have done some interesting things to
Mhm.
get money for a fix.
Mhm.
Their language would burn your ears because it's because I'm not a cursor, but I'll meet you there. But they know I'm not a cursor,
Mhm.
Mhm.
so they be like, Miss Wanda, and F, and I'd be like, I appreciate that. So they'll
Mhm.
just use the first letter of the bad word, and it's hilarious.
Mhm.
And then if it does slip out, my bad.
Mhm.
But because I drill them, I hold them accountable.
Mhm.
And so they feel comfortable enough, but the stories, their lifestyle, their lingo, their language, their
Mhm.
demeanor, their clothes, their hygiene, it's different. A lot of
Right.
them are homeless and they're there with the clothes on their back. So sometimes when they reach over to sign in, I'm holding my breath.
Mm.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's really different. And then I learned about a cow patty. I didn't know. And it's in my office is in Waxahachie.
Uh-huh.
For
Okay.
y'all that don't know, it's a rotten country.
Uh-huh.
And they be laughing at me. I'm
Uh-huh.
like, cow patty. So I didn't know that was cow manure.
Oh.
And mushrooms grow out of this cow patty.
Uh-huh.
And they eat it because it's like it makes them,
Who
It's
eats
an
it?
hallucinogen.
and they see the stars and all that.
Well, see, that's another
Wait,
reason
wait,
why
I-
I'm not.
Um,
You will not find me in the cow
we got-
pasture. And you will,
I forgot we got Gabe over there on the knobs and faders. Gabe, have you ever heard of this? Have you ever heard of the mushrooms growing out of the cow patties and eating them and
see, so
okay.
basically, and you know, you know, I could just imagine like the people like who really want this, driving up. Oh, why are those people out there in the cow pasture? You know why?
They're picking mushrooms off the cow patties. Oh, and I had a client who snorted tequila.
What?
Yes, not once but twice. She did left, right, just snorted tequila.
During the session?
No.
Oh, I'm like, what?
No.
I'm like, excuse me, doc.
And they brought in cow patties too, right?
They cannot be under the influence or they're gonna get thrown out.
Right.
But she snorted tequila. So I hear some.
Just the things you come up with.
I've met several people that have been dead more than once.
Clinically dead?
Yes. Oh, they OD'd.
Well, because I work for a nonprofit too. I don't know if you knew that. I work for a nonprofit called Future Leaders Outreach Network, and we go into schools and stuff and talk to kids about risky behaviors, life skills, basically. But I met a young lady who carries Narcan, because she wants fentanyl. First of all, she wants to take it because I guess it's so much stronger.
It's a craving.
Yeah. And it was getting to her skin and everything. And she knew she was going to die. She had died several times.
Mhm.
And is there a is there a clinical word for that? I mean, how do you reach down it and help someone that really wants to die? I mean, I guess it's a complicated thing.
Someone that wants to die.
Well, I mean, it seems, and I guess that might have been a judgmental statement, so excuse me. But if I'm carrying around my own antidote, then I know that I'm putting myself in a situation that I may not come back from.
What's interesting about that whole scenario is, first and foremost, if she ODs, she cannot administer that to herself. So why does she have it? Unless she has something on her that says, hey, I have this on me. Someone finds her, then they can know to look for it.
I think that's what it is.
Okay.
That they can look for it.
Because if she ODs, she can't get to that.
Yeah. Yes.
She can't use it. But it took me, I've been dealing with recovery since November. And it's what I've learned is, because I'm not an addict, I don't understand the mindset. But what I can do from a therapeutic perspective is I'm going to go down to why we started this journey in the first place.
To the root of it.
That's right.
Yeah.
Because again, if we don't handle the root, it's going to occur. Now, cravings, the body, it's just like when we get thirsty for water, we can't fight that craving. As a recovering addict, they get very strong cravings. So we have to teach them coping mechanisms on what to do when those cravings hit. That's
Right. And that's
okay.
it. Yeah.
Is there a commonality? Do you find a commonality between the reasons, the like you said, you get down to the reasons that they took the journey in the first place? Is there any commonality to those reasons and the reasons that people end up in therapy?
Absolutely. And it's childhood trauma.
Right.
That's the number one thing.
Childhood trauma, where either they didn't have the coping mechanism, or it was just so much that they could not handle it. So mental illness, I mean, do you think that mental illness is born out of that childhood trauma, meaning, or was there, and that's probably not a great question, but I've seen people where, I hate to use the word that they were quote unquote normal, but then the medicines that they put them on to maybe help with depression or help with these other things kind of catapulted them into other things.
That's absolutely possible. I have a client now, his father put cocaine in his baby bottle.
Woo.
In his baby bottle?
In his baby bottle.
Is the father, do they have a relationship?
Oh, what? No, not unless you call fighting a relation. His father actually raped his wife. So I don't really think they have a.
Yeah, that's a lot of dysfunction.
Oh, you don't know the half of it.
Yeah. So that's the thing, you really don't know, like, you don't know what a person's going through. You don't know where you're going to meet them at. You don't know what they're carrying, and you can only, and you hear these stories and you say, okay, my life is not that bad. There's just, my life is not that bad, because it leaves you speechless and you don't know what to say, and a person, sometimes in those situations, they don't want you to feel sorry for them. They're just telling you their story.
You better not feel sorry for
they
them.
want to just get it out, and they're not shamed, and they just want you to know where they're coming from, so you know how to handle them if they have a bad day, if they're having a rough time. So respectively, you just say, okay,
Absolutely. And then with us being therapists,
see, am I close to being a therapist, even though I don't have like a piece of paper?
No, we will take offense to it. No. The exam we have to take.
I know, right?
No, we don't take offense to that.
4-hour
exam.
Yeah, see,
No.
I look, I teach say my ADD more.
And everybody don't pass that test on their second or third try. And it costs to take that. No.
So what is
We
so
can't
what's the
just
difference?
add water and stir it up and get no.
So so what is up with the new wave of coaches, right? There's a lot of people who have not sat down and took the class that you guys have taken, classes, the constant,
She just go there.
why? Because you see it a lot, right? I mean, I'm just saying, you see coach, people say, I'm a life coach. I am a financial coach. I am a there's all these coaches, and you take a online certification. I'm just saying. I mean, I know I went to the chiropractor. I went to the joints today, and I got an adjustment. I did. I'm feeling loose and limber. Just because you jump over here, I can move.
Yeah, because if you keep that up, she might jump over there.
Well, I'm just saying that
she just took the test, so it's fresh on her mind.
Right, but I'm just saying, that's like, you see a lot of people giving advice to people, and they are a coach, and they say they are a professional coach. I'm pretty sure, and I'm pretty sure the audience wants to know too, because they probably are wondering what's
It's
the difference
probably
between.
some out there looking and waiting for me to say something, and I ain't trying to build no enemies.
Well,
So
no, but
we all have our purpose in life.
there we have it.
Okay.
Mhm. I like how you eloquently put that.
Yes.
So you could be your own coach. No, I'm just saying.
But I'm glad the state of Texas acknowledges that everyone gets a certificate online to be a coach. So now they allow us to also bill to be a coach, which means now we can see clients over state lines. Because being licensed in Texas, we can only see clients in Texas. But since so many people
Or coaches.
are becoming coaches,
I could become a coach.
you can become a coach.
Oh, hey,
And
a new job.
So now they have a CPT code
Mhm.
that licensed professional therapists, counselors, marriage, family therapists can bill, because now we can help people across state lines and get paid for it.
Gotcha. And
So thank you, coaches.
Yes.
because you've opened up the door for many more dollars to be made by licensed therapists.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes, that was a good question. So how can we aid you in your efforts with your nonprofit? Like, I love giving back to the community. I am always volunteering. There's a lot of things I try to do. So how can we bring awareness to your event in September, where you bring in the 10 young women and their children, food, fellowship? You're not cooking, so there you're bringing in a chef. I got
We need
that.
snacks. We need, listen, we need money.
Uh-huh.
Because I pay for everything out of my pocket.
Okay.
It's just, this is what I do. So food donations is great. Money's great. We have a mother-daughter, and she's a single mom. As therapists, we have to have one pro bono client that we see. And so this is my pro bono client that I see, and I know she struggles. So
I was going to ask if it could be me. She's going to jump over here and get me.
did you just ask to send me for free?
Yeah, I did.
She, with a smile on her face, though.
It was sincere.
Do you have yours yet?
She's seeing clients.
A pro bono? You have your one?
No, you don't.
Oh.
You don't. You
Oh.
draw once a hat. That's supposed to be for people who need it.
I know.
Do you
do I
need
look like I have it together? I mean,
Yes, you do.
Oh, well, I do. Well, thank you. I do a good job. No. I have
We
coping
all do.
mechanisms.
We all
I have coping mechanisms. But that's good. So if they wanted to donate to the nonprofit, they reach out to you directly.
Yes.
Okay.
Same number.
Same number. You want to say that again?
214
Uh-huh.
no
Sorry.
problem. 214-966-5152.
Love it. So they can reach out directly to aid you in the effort. So you need toiletries, you need food, you need dollars. Where's the venue at? Working on that?
In a close location.
Oh, okay. I'm asking too many questions. That could be,
But it
that
will
could
be
become-
here.
Okay.
It will be in the DFW area. So I
Okay.
find last year I did it at a ranch. I'm not doing that again because of the flies and stuff. That was just
That's fun.
No. Because we do self-defense. So we were outside. I have a person that comes and teaches self-defense. And we had, I thought it was really neat because they had cows and steer and goats and
Mhm.
horses. It was really amazing.
Mhm.
But the flies.
Yes.
So I'm gonna find another place.
Yeah,
That
right.
ain't
That wasn't
that
it.
ain't it. They're gonna be disappointed, but that's not it.
Ninjas and flies.
We were not So it'll be somewhere and we're looking.
Okay.
Me and the board members are looking.
Do you
Awesome.
already have the 10 mother daughter deal? Oh, so that's is there an application? How do you?
No, someone just say, "Hey, can I come?" We say yes until it's full.
Okay.
Okay,
It's just that simple.
okay.
Just that simple. And we we were trying to figure out last year we were going to cut off our repeat offenders.
Oh, so you have the same
So
bears
you have
that
repeat
come.
offenders.
We have three duos. Yeah,
That they say, "I'm
but
coming." They're
they-
part of the family. Like, you are not fellowshipping without us.
And it's funny because the ages in children range. The youngest last year was 8, and the oldest was 37. Baby, it's some
Whoa,
conversation.
well, look I could bring my oldest daughters out there.
Yes.
She's 31. We could be a mother-daughter duo. I wish it wasn't on my birthday weekend. And I turned 50 this year, so I don't know where. Yeah,
what you doing?
I'm undisclosed location.
Copycat.
Yeah,
I know, right?
I-
But we gonna come up together with some stuff. Yeah,
That's what I was just saying.
because he's getting old, not me. No.
Well, no. Once a podcast, she has to tell me that I'm old because there's that's my oldest daughter, so she constantly reminds me that I'm old. But I'm still standing.
Yeah,
you know,
that's what's
As
up.
as the song says, better than I ever did. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So,
And you got them right here on your side.
That's
You know,
right.
That's
And, you know,
amazing.
and the reason, like, so even talk about our platform. So one day I called him and I was like, "Hey, Dad, will you be good in like 15 minutes? I just want to have a conversation with you, and we're gonna just go live with it, and we're gonna, talk about our issues, our struggles that we've had in our relationship, and just life, right?" And it's kind of picked up and it's done very well, because people don't get a chance to see father and daughters having these
Absolutely.
conversations, and he may feel a certain way about a topic, I may feel a certain way about a topic, and we share openly, and so, like, that. Well, I'll let you tell your story real quick, and
Well-
like, you got like 2 winks and, two shakes of a
yeah, 30
lantern.
seconds. No, but and for anyone that is struggling with something, I am a recovered addict myself. So I have a sensitivity. I have empathy. But I also realize that what had me doing that was my own childhood trauma. So that's why I kind of asked you that question before. Just being verbally abused and told I wasn't anything, and after a while, especially when you're young, you can start to believe that stuff.
Absolutely.
And so it took me a minute to realize that it wasn't true, and unfortunately I made some mistakes with my children, and like she said, we've talked about that on the podcast, because I don't want to be one of those and again, we just thank the coaches, but I don't want to be one of those. We just thank the coaches, but I don't want to be one of those coaches that seems like everything's great, because our life is one of what I say this all the time, but one of my favorites. Are you Good Thoughts, Bad Thoughts? Are you familiar with it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Every thought felt as true or allowed to be accepted as true by your conscious mind takes root in the subconscious, blossoming sooner or later into an act that bears its own fruit. Good thoughts bring forth good fruit, and bullshit thoughts about your meeting. Excuse me for cursing, but I didn't want to water that down. But I had to realize that our thoughts become things, literally. That song also says, "Be careful of the thought seeds you plant in the garden of your mind, for seeds grow after their
Absolutely.
kind."
They do.
Right.
So for anybody struggling, garbage in, garbage out, you just do, read different things, see different things, so that you can think different things, because if you can get a different result, and that's the thing that I'm proud of from my life, is that I have a brother who's just brags about his money all the time, but only one of his children speak to him. You know what I'm saying? So I would rather be a little poorer and have a relationship with my children.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I'll be 67 in a few months. That less than a few months. And like I said, I'm still standing.
And he just bought his first house.
Yeah, I just bought the first one. Yeah.
Congratulations.
So that's just one of those things that I was like, I don't know. I actually I have a recording studio that I've gotten really tired of moving. So
And that's why you can't do no pro bono. Your dad just bought a house.
Well,
Real estate industry right now is crazy.
well, yes, it is,
Yes,
and
it is.
you know, and I watched the real estate boom in California go by and didn't buy anything. I watched it pass me by to the point where when I left California, there was a like a 600 square foot house that somebody had overdosed in, and they wanted $500,000 for this house.
Mhm.
You know, see, so I said, I'm not gonna watch this go by here in Texas. 'Cause it's happening right now, so I'm not gonna watch it go
That's
by
right.
this time.
Not watch it go
You know.
by at all.
But
at all.
I am very proud of my daughter. I'm proud of what she
Yeah, I'm proud of you too, Daddy.
you know, and I'm like Judge Joe Brown. I
Oh, Lord.
I uphold manhood and support womanhood, you know, and I my daughter has been the anchor of our family when I wasn't, you know. So I am proud of to see people, women that are the same color as me,
Right.
thriving, you know,
Mhm.
professionally, personally. Just again, just let me say that I am really proud of you just to hear your story and to hear how you have overcome, you know, and you know, because it is, you know, I know that it is. Sometime, in fact, I heard a pastor say once that he said, I love new Christians because they come in with all this fire and then they get knocked down, you know. And once you get knocked down, getting up, you know, you know, and continuing to get up,
Right.
you know. You
Right.
know, that's the thing that separates, you know, the wheat from the chaff, so to speak. So
Right.
I'm going to continue getting up, you know.
That's right.
That's basically that's me in a nutshell.
Mhm.
You know, but I made my living singing and acting and doing a lot of stuff out there and making some bad choices, but I'm making better ones. You know?
Right.
There you go.
We all make bad choices.
Yeah,
We
we
just
do.
learn from them.
You know.
It's learning opportunities.
Yes.
That's right.
By the way, very quickly, because I do like to tell people what we are consuming. This
Okay.
is although I not no insinuation, not encouraging anyone, but the wine is
encouragement.
called 19 Crimes Cali Red.
Uh-huh.
It's
As Snoop Dogg. And I was also told that if you download his app and you actually hold your phone up to the bottle, that the bottle will speak to you. I was just told
Ooh.
that. Yeah. So
speaking spirits, huh?
Yeah. Snoop will
will
speak to you.
Speaking spirits.
Yes, Snoop will speak to you. So before we close, I again just want to thank you for coming on and just fellowshipping with us, just having a conversation, allowing our audience to know more about you and what you do and how you're going to grow your passion. You know, they don't get a chance to be sitting right here, but I know I feel your passion and I love it. And I'm excited to help out in any way possible. Even I know one time I went in, there was a shelter in Dallas, and I'm drawing a blank on the name of it, but they actually had me come in and talk with the ladies who, you know, had left abuse, domestic violence, who had gotten out of jail and were working to be able to get their children back. And part of life skills is learning how to handle a bank account, to understand what credit is. So I would love to come in and talk with young ladies and help out in that way whenever.
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Too bad it's you can't come for the retreat.
I know that's gonna be my birthday.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm be like Big 50. I would be a bad influence. I'd be coming with the entourage. We just
Understand.
Yeah.
But yes, I am proud to be sitting next to
this
a
is
beautiful black
awesome.
educated women who are making a difference. You know, one more time, telling your number because I would there may be somebody out there
And your
that needs-
Facebook page,
And your-
and all your social media, you as well. How to
So our number is 214-966-5152. That is McKinley Counseling Firm. You can find McKinley Counseling Firm on TikTok and on Facebook. And Dr. Wanda McKinley is actually Dr. Wanda R.W. McKinley, and that's on Instagram and Facebook and LinkedIn.
and LinkedIn.
And Dr. Tanisa Adams, Facebook, Instagram, everything. LinkedIn is the same. Dr. Tanisa Adams.
Okay, Tanisa.
Tanisa.
Okay, I'm gonna make sure. And so, if you don't know how to spell that, can you spell it for us? Because You know,
I was
just
thinking
wait-
that.
I hope you can spell it.
you know, and y'all, I promise, I tease and say I have a birth defect. Literally, my brain is connected to my mouth. So whatever I'm thinking, it comes out.
out.
There's no delay. I know. I'm pretty sure y'all noticed that, right? About me.
Sauce filter.
We try not to psychoanalyze. Just
Okay.
saying.
Well, it's okay if you do.
Okay, it is TYNISA.
See, I would not have gotten that. TYNISA.
Yeah, I would not have thought that either. That's beautiful. I guess the clock says we don't have to go home, but we have to get out of here. So
yeah, and I
um,
don't even want to leave. This was great.
yeah. No,
That was fun.
I am inspired just by the tenacity, the greatness, the passion, the determination that is sitting here. So,
And if you guys ever want to come back again, we would love
yes,
that.
we would love to have you
I'll
back
call
again.
and beg you
maybe
again.
maybe even around the time of your retreat, to kind of.
Yes, we'll do
to
that.
to definitely to
Yeah.
help and definitely get donations for you, food, all the things that go along with it.
Yeah,
So
yeah, we would
Absolutely.
definitely like to help.
And then
you
by
know.
then our revamped website will be up because we're revamping it right now.
definitely. Well, thank you guys again. We're honored, humbled that y'all took the time. Because there's other places you could have been, but you chose to be here. So we are so appreciative.
We are very
Thanks for
appreciative.
the invite.
You're very
Yes.
welcome.
Yes. And until next Wednesday, this is Speaking of Facts with Charlie and JR. We will be back, same facts time, same facts channel.
Next
And,
week.
And until next week, just try to love yourself, as our learned therapist would say, because if you do, it'll be easier to love somebody else.
That's
See
right.
y'all next Wednesday.
Bye.
Bye, y'all.
Hey, this is Charlie,
This is JR.
host of Speaking the Facts with Charlie and JR, broadcasting live each week on Wednesday at 7 p.m. from Fish